I believe it was rainy today. Go away, rain. Go away. Beans, tomatoes, potatoes. I think I like it. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome over. Welcome over. How are you today? Welcome over. Welcome over. Yep, I just came on. Oh, nope. I just came on. Just came on. All right, there we go. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I am doing good. No complaints. It's kind of cold and dreary, but I'm doing good. No complaints. Um, man, the next 3 days are gonna be a lot. We got some major work being done the next 3 days. So yeah, look, I'm gonna say this: y'all ain't signed up. You missing out on that 25. It ends tonight. It ends tonight. So we're gonna go. Tomorrow is Lilith and Hecate. I'm excited to work with them. I am so excited to work with them. I love their energy. And then we have also the Crown of Success. We got the Crown of Success. So for 2025. So if y'all haven't signed up for that one, and then on Tuesday we start the wealth rituals. So we got 2 spirits, and then on Wednesday we got 2 spirits. So I'm excited. We about to go. Like I said, it's about to be a lot of work the last 3 days, cramming it in. The last couple of days of the year. I cannot believe how fast this year went. I feel like we going into the Lions Gate, but we are damn near at the end of the year. Literally days away. Oh well, we're ready for 2025. It's gonna be a shit show, but we might as well get into it. We might as well get into it. But anyway, I hope how's that? What's y'all plans for? What's your guys' plans for the new year? Anybody going out? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. If you would like a free reading, drop the question in the chat. If you need a more in-depth reading, did I tell you I thought Hecate was calling me to get my daughter? Not really. You think that? Well, why do you feel like she was calling your daughter? Cause she just ain't gonna come without. She sent a bat. Yeah. Um. Why do you think she would just call for the daughter, not you? Because if the daughter, she working with the daughter, she working with the bloodline. She working with the bloodline. That would include you too. Does your daughter work with her or no? Yeah, does your daughter work with Hecate? I love Hecate's energy. Good. Yeah, I love Hecate's energy. I do. And when they show up, they show up. I try to tell people like stop playing with these spirits. They are here to do what needs to be done. To do what needs to be done. So Lilith, like I said, I love her energy too. They're very similar but very different. Two very similar in the fact that they deal with the dark side. I don't know it called working, but we're developing a relationship. Yeah, Well, developed a relationship. Exactly, developed a relationship. They're very similar in nature, but very different as well. Similar in the fact that they both deal with the darker aspects of the divine feminine. They both deal with trauma. They both are very they're both very rigid. I'm not gonna say rigid. But yeah, because they can be very rigid energies in when they're pushing you to do what needs to be done. They're no nonsense. Thank you. That's a better word. They say no nonsense. They're no nonsense energies. So yeah, but they're honey. What they impart is amazing energies. They do. And I'm telling y'all, it's that. Let me ask you this: why is there an all-out assault? Why is there an all-out assault on black women? Everybody opening a freaking flip-flopping mouth about black women, about what we need to do, it's like shut. I want to say shut the f up, talking to black women like we ain't thinking about you, so why the fuck you think about us? Like, stop talking. Um, and I'm gonna tell you why, because again, if this thing is going to be saved, if this thing is going to be saved, it's gonna be saved by black women. And when we kind of disengage, people lose their mind. People lose their mind. Those who are able to siphon off of that creative, because remember, because we're very close. Exactly, I was about to say, those who are close to that creative energy, we're that creation, and when you no longer have access to that, now we're seeing. I feel like as a collective, black women are starting to see our collective energy to create, and we're cutting people off. Whether it's black men, whether it's white people, whether it's whoever, we're cutting them off, and they no longer have that access to it. And I feel like that's what, because it's like, why are you so? I'm enthralled to understand why people are worried about I was coming across, what was her name? I can't even remember her name. She was I want to say either she was Indian or she was Arab, and she was talking about black women, you need to stop putting weaves in your hair, you need to stop. And I'm like, wait a second, you ain't even got a dog in this fucking fight. You ain't even got a dog in this damn fight. Like, where is this coming from? And for me, it was given, because I think her husband, her boyfriend was black, and it was given, okay, if you coming this hard for people that ain't coming for you, that tells me your man messing around with black women, and you feeling some kind of way. You thought you were the pinnacle, and maybe you ain't. Um, but it's giving, leave us the fuck alone. That's what it's giving. It's giving, leave us the fuck alone. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Um, but when you get cut off from creation, I guess you go crazy. We're just not engaging anymore. I really don't even want to engage. Insecure, it's given insecure. It's given, I wish I could, but I can't. Um, it's given, and that's the thing about black people. I was watching a reel, and they was like, how does it feel to know that no matter how much stuff has been done to you, things that have been put on you, obstacles that have been placed in your way, that you still rise? That's an amazing feat. It really, really is. And I don't know. I said, what is going on with this rash of people worried about what black, you got the little Amish Mormon, black girls talking about, and that whole situation. Y'all remember those girls? There was a group of them. They had like a podcast, and they're Amish or Mormon or something, but they're biracial. And they were talking about, what black women should or shouldn't do. Oh, you shouldn't be wearing makeup. You should. And I'm like, wait a second. You want black women not to conform to these standards, but yet you're conforming to a standard of a religion that has largely subjectified you, especially if you're black, hasn't even accepted you because you're black. So it was interesting. I was like, the world is seeming like a more and more confused place. I'll just say that. The world is seeming more and more confused by the minute. They don't know what they want to do. And black women just are not engaged. And we're like, who cares? Let this motherfucker fall apart. Let it fall apart. We're done being the ones that, it's sad. Exactly. It's a cult. Exactly. Well, it's sort of like Amish, or it's Mormon, or it's like a sect off of those initial religions. But again, you're allowing you're wanting to come down on black women about what we should and should not wear. and yet you're conforming to a religion. So I said, okay, well, that seems very confusing. You want to liberate us and you're not liberated, but okay. You want to liberate us from makeup and hair, but you ain't even liberated in your soul. Okay. All right. Okay then. That's what we gonna go with. That's what we gonna go with. So yeah, it's interesting just what's coming down the pipeline, and then you got, like I said, the whole Kendrick and Andrew Schultz thing, where Kendrick said, "Don't let no white comedian talk about black women." That's law, and you had these two idiots sit next to him, and you hear their excuse, "Oh, we were uncomfortable." You didn't seem uncomfortable. You didn't seem uncomfortable at all. Exactly. Exactly. And we just saying we ain't moving. So ain't nobody moving. How about that? We ain't moving, so nobody's moving. I said, well, it is what it is. We'll see more and more. I noticed, have they found out about the woman that was burnt alive in New York? Have they identified her, or are they just gonna chalk it up to it's a homeless person? Did anybody get any? I'm dying to know who and what that was, who and that was, because I know there was another black woman or there was a black woman who was set on fire, and then just I'm telling y'all, the all out violence against women, you got to be careful especially when the FBI is talking about they're worried about exactly, they're worried about the sect of men, the increased violence against women, because women are no longer engaging. We are no longer engaging, whether we're black or white or whatever. We're just no longer engaging in anything. We're just people tired. Like, no, we're tired. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. And it's sad, because if we don't engage, this whole thing go down. You understand me? This whole thing burned down. That's why they're making laws to try to force women to have children and things like that. They're making these laws. That's all these laws are. The rolling back of Roe v. Wade and things like that is to force women to have children, even in the most sickest of circumstances. That's all this is. That's all this is. Because the numbers are dwindling. Women are not having children like they used to, and we're just not. We're like, no, we're good. We're good. So, but anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting how we're about to go into 2025, and things are really about to really get sticky and sorted. Things are really about to get sticky and sorted. But anyway, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Who else is in? I know Fat Majesty's here. Who else is in here? Who else is in here? Odalise, are you in here? You always sneak in here. We can't even tap the screen. I wish they do an update so that you could see, this becomes more interactive. I wish they would do an update where this can become more interactive, because it would be nice. Welcome in, guys. If you would like a free yes or no, drop it in the comments. If you need a more in-depth reading. Also, if you need a full reading, make sure you check out the pinned comments, because it does have the website. Yeah, I wish YouTube was a little bit more interactive. Facebook is becoming the incel for the incel population. They are just really running rampant on Facebook, this incel population. Oh, did y'all hear? Did you guys hear? They said that there is a high rate of men, the passport bros. Remember the old passport bros? And now the incels. A lot of passport bros are now incels. Are catching HIV and AIDS. Did y'all hear that? I was like, what? Going over, especially like to the Philippines and stuff like that. I guess there's a high rate of those. But they said that what's happening is that these men are going over there. They're not going over there. You know how they say, oh, American women, We don't want to marry you because, you're not marriage material, you're not submissive, you're not domesticated. We're going to go get these other women. Well, you're not even marrying them. You're going over there to have sex with them and to leave. And they're saying that there's a high rate of these men doing that and impregnating women. That's one. Hey, honey. Hey, Miss Ayana, there's a high rate of men impregnating women over in these other countries and leaving. So you got one. And then there's a high rate of STDs and HIV and AIDS. I said, well, I said, look, that's, you go over there and get more than you bargained for. Exactly. They want to use women. They want to use women. And I love the way, I love the way Mother Nature, the universe, balances everything fucking out. Okay, you want to use them? Okay, well, there you go. Use that. Something you can't ever get rid of. And so, again, there's a high rate of that. So they're seeing, exactly. And then they come back home and they got that stuff, and you looking at them like, oh, something wrong with you. I said, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get. Hey, Miss Ayana, how are you, honey? Miss Ayana, did you get into the Lilith the Hecate? We have that some guys. Again, let me say this. This is the last day of the 25% off. Get everything that you need. I got people all the way out in February. They like, look, we all the way out in February doing the trust group. Them paid for it for January and February. Got 25% off. I said, I'm not mad at you. Get it. The protection rituals, they're doing those. Getting 25% off. We have a special protection ritual. We call it the Defender. Well, how they gonna blame us? They ain't screwing us. But like, I'm sorry, you ain't screwing us. You can't blame us. You ain't screwing us. So look, how you gonna blame us? But you're right. They don't ever take accountability for anything anyway. That's what I said. I said your buzzword for men is accountability, something they don't take. I said you don't take accountability for nothing anyway, but that's your buzzword. That's a projection. But you're right. They're probably trying to blame us for that too. Like, you can't blame us if you positive and I'm not. Exactly. Blame yourself. Blame yourself. Nobody say you go over there. Again, you got those places are starting to really fight back where they're being unalived, where they're being robbed, and now you being burnt. Okay. So look, that's what you get. That's what you get. Hey, go back to your domesticated queen. Oh God. I said, well, I can't look. Like I always say, I don't step in front of karma. I can't be mad when karma does what she does best. I cannot be mad at that. I will not be mad at that. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up as you come in. I will not be mad when karma does her thing. So, I said, what? I said, they can't win for losing. But it should show. And the thing about it is you would think if everywhere you turn, you had some sort of obstacle, that you would think that, hey, you need to sit your ass down somewhere and really assess the problem. The problem is you. The problem is you. I gotta tell this one, don't get mad at me because we don't want you. Instead of getting mad and trying to force us into submission, why don't you make yourself, something worth submitting to? I was like, nobody wants to submit. And there's this one. I don't know why. I need to block his ass because I don't notice he done follow me on a couple platforms. And me and him had it. Look, I had it out. I tore him a new one. And I said, I'm not sure. I said, you're a masochist. They can't. They cannot self-evaluate. There is no self-awareness. Self-evaluation calls for self-awareness. There is no self-awareness. But yeah, I had to let him have it. And like I told him, I said, look, I noticed that there are some men that are just masochists. They like a woman to kind of talk down to them. And I said, look, I'm not here to fulfill your fantasies, sicko. Go get some help. Stop it. Go get some help. That's Michael Jordan said on that one. Stop it. Go get some help. Go get some help. So yeah. But anyway, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. I can't wait to get started tomorrow. We'll be doing the Lilith Hecate tomorrow. We'll be doing the Crown of Success for 2025 tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we will be getting into wealth rituals. So we got 2 days. Man, we're closing out this year big. Big. It's totally different than what we've done in the past, but I feel like this is better. Honey, he must. I don't peg nobody. Leave me alone. It's weird. Okay. And that's all I'm gonna say. Look, you're weird, and I don't know. No, man, go on out of here. Go now. Go get. I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. It is weird, weird, weird. It is just weird, weird, weird. Ain't nobody got time for that mess. But yeah. I don't know. After working with Lilith and Hecate, I don't look at men the same. I really don't look at men the same. Honey, I'm not picking nobody. Get out of here. Did I ever tell you about my friend? Look, hopefully we don't get banned off of here. So my friend, Sherry, she was actually at one time for about 12 years she was engaged to my ex-husband's younger brother. So that's how I knew Sherry. And then, but when we were quote unquote family, we didn't really talk because they're weird. That my ex's family they're weird. I call them socially stunted, and so Ed, his younger brother, didn't really let her talk to me too often. So when I separated and started the divorce process, I started working at a where did I start working? I can't remember where I started working at, but she worked there. She worked there, and so we started to talk and slowly develop a friendship. Now Sherry was a beautiful singer. When I say American Idol, she was trying out and almost made it to American Idol, but then she dropped out because of Ed. He was like, if you get out on the road, you'll leave me. So she dropped. I said, girl, why would you do that? Screw him. Okay. But they were engaged, and so she wanted to be with him, and blase. So they ended up breaking up. We ended up working together, becoming really close, right? And she had an amazing voice. I called her Sunshine. I called her Bumblebee because she was just like the sunshine, and she was just her energy was so warm and infectious. Everybody just flocked to her. She just, those people that are very charismatic, and they have a lot of charisma, a lot of charm, and people just flock to them. That's how her personality was. Beautiful personality. And like I said, to boot, she was a fantastic singer. So when we were working together, she started dating this guy named Brad. Right off the bat, I knew he was a narcissist. When I say textbook. And she dated him for about 2 years, and I did not. Me and him, we clashed. He didn't like me at all. And Sherry was like, out of all my friends, he's afraid of you. I said, he should be. He should be. He should definitely be. But she was talking about, now this guy was always trying to be overcompensate with the macho-ness, with the masculinity. I'm an alpha. I'm this, I'm that. Now he was like maybe 6'2", 300 pounds, right? Big dude. And like I said, overcompensating with the masculinity. And one day she told me, she said, yeah, he liked to get his butt ate. I was like, what? And I said, and you do it? I said, girl. She said, the look on your, I said, you do it? And she was like, well, yeah, I do it. I said, girl, I said, how do you manage to do that? Because again, that's a big ass dude. She said, well, he'll put his legs up and cross his legs at the ankle. I said, so wait a second. I said, you got him sitting up there like you changing his diaper? I was like, how you change your baby diaper, you cross their little legs so you can hold their little legs together. And I said, so you got this big ass man laying back with his legs up, crossed at the ankles. When she told me that, she said, don't tell nobody, don't say nothing. I said, I will try not to. I can't guarantee it because if me and him get into it, I'm using it as ammo. Okay. And that's exactly what happened. Me and him got into it. I said, I was like, oh yeah, coming from a fool that like to cross his legs at the ankles. I can get his butt ate. Like, the look on that man's face. ah, look like he seen a ghost. I was like, I said, if you don't get out of my face, I said, the next time you come talking to me, put your legs down first. I was like, the next time you step into this arena, put your legs down first. Oh my God. So no, I ain't pegging nobody. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. So yeah, I don't look. The way I look at me now, it's like, look at you, the weakness. They really, I don't know. I feel like they are the weakest link on this earth. I really do. They have been in this patriarchal system for how many thousands of years, and this is where we're at. It's like this is the best you got. This is the best that you have. This. Okay. So, but anyway, it's a mess. I said it is a mess. But yeah, no, I'm not pegging nobody. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not. Get out of here. I don't want to. I don't even want to engage. That's why I say I think black women are like, I don't even want to. I don't even want to engage. I don't even want to engage. It's best that I don't. So I think so too. Well, again, the energy of the earth has always been feminine. Again, that's why they call it Mother Earth or Mother Gaia. It has always been feminine. The universe is creation. That's always been feminine. Exactly. Men were meant to be like our protectors, our centurion guards. That's what they were meant to be. They have mistaken their position. They're mistaken their position and tried to overthrow. Like I said, when you talk about the Vatican, you talking about who they worship inside those walls. They worship the Black Madonna. They worship the mother. They don't worship the father. And they've installed this faux narrative of the father instead of the mother. Again, everything I always tell you guys, everything is completely opposite of. So again, look at it for what it is. You are supposed to worship the feminine. You are supposed to look because that's why they be like God is a woman. God is a woman. That's why God is a woman. But again, to tell a man that it will break his heart, will break his little feeble heart, and who cares? Because they need to know this, and this is why, like I said, you've had the Salem witch trials. You had all these crusades to stamp down spirituality, and most of the people that they stamped down were women. Most of the people killed during those times, unalive during those times, were women because they were trying to stop us from coming into that divine power. Because they know as soon as we do, as soon as we do, that's it. That's it. It's absolutely over, and they know this. And so, like I said, it's they're trying very hard to stall and to save and to resurrect and to resuscitate a dying, hello, Miss Mathley, a dying system of things in the patriarchal system. So it's dying and they know it. And they're trying, like I said, it's on life support. This system is on life support. The understanding of worshiping a monolithic, monotheistic, masculine energy a sky daddy is going away. Going away. Religion is going away. All of that is going away because it's all related. It was all constructed to support, like I said, this masculine energy, the installments and the maintenance of masculine energy. That's all it was. It was installed for that purpose. Religion was installed for that in that purpose. Who do you think filled up the pews the most? Women. Why? Because we are inherently spiritual. And who do you think are leaving in droves? Religion and spirituality. Religion for spirituality. Women. It has always been a control mechanism. It has always been a control mechanism. They don't even believe the shit. I'm like, but you want me to believe it? Get out of here, man. But again, they need you to believe it in order for them to maintain control. in order for them to maintain control. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh my goodness. Whew. Child, I'm tired. Do UK, the stats say churches are down almost 50. It is. It is. It's probably that way over here too, but they're not going to report the truth. They're not going to report the truth. There has been a matter of fact. There has been. We're leaving in droves. They. I came across that article like maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. They said that black women were leaving religion in the church like you said, in droves. We were leaving at such high rates for spirituality, going back to our spiritual practices, going back to our roots, going back to African, exactly, for sure, going back to our spiritual heritage that has nothing to do with religion, going back to holistic practices and root work and teachings and things like that, going back to a sister community, and it shows. Exactly. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm glad I was able. We are the backbone. Without us, like I said, they're going. You can see what it feels like on just a macro level. What it feels like when we turn our backs. You can see just everybody that we've turned our black men, white women, white men. You can see the disruptions in their. I mean, they're becoming so vocal. They're so nasty. So this, so that. So overly consumed. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So overly consumed with what we're doing. That's why I said when I first got, I was like, "What is the deal? Why are people so concerned? Black women ain't saying nothing to nobody. We minding our own business. Now we got our eyes wide open, and we're not. People. Somebody. I was watching a couple of those that young man who was beaten to death by the. It was it the NYPD? No, no, no. It was like some prison. I think it was some prison, not the NYPD, excuse me. But by some prison, he was just recently beat to death, and I think there was like 14. Maybe it was in New York. I think it was in New York, and there were 14 corrections officers that were being fired behind the death. And they were talking about, there was several black women that said, we listen to this, of course our hearts bleed, because that could be our father, our husband, our son, our nephews. So yeah, but what do we do? What do we do? And I said, you don't do anything. It's time for them to fight for them. It's time for black men to fight for black men, because we fought for you guys for so long, and you largely turned your back. So now you unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna hurt like hell. It's almost like we got to take the same stance that they take when they talk about the protection of black women. Oh, I'll protect the women in my family. Well, we're gonna protect the men in our family. If that ain't you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your family and you have to go through that, but you're gonna have to figure it out. Unfortunately. No longer am I just arbitrarily. That's the thing about black women. We arbitrarily just gave our support and our love because you are, we thought skin folk was kinfolk. Exactly. Exactly. So no, you fight this one on your own. Okay, that's what we said. Like it makes me sick to my stomach to see that happen to one of our brothers. I absolutely, but can I do anything about it? No, because there's too many of our brothers standing in the way to allow me to do something about it. And the energy isn't reciprocated, and we're sick of it. One-sided relationships, I think for black women as a whole, we're done with that shit. If it's a one-sided relationship, you fight that yourself. It's unfortunate. I wish you the best of luck. It's not like, when if it was a black woman going through that, they would have done anything. I could name countless black women that have perished at the hands of law enforcement, but yet you don't have as many. We have maybe a handful. Sandra Bland, just a handful of black women that we know about, but hundreds have perished. Hundreds. But yet we don't get the same coverage, we don't get the same support, we don't get the same anything. And I feel like black women are finally seeing that. We're finally seeing that and saying, okay, the playing field ain't level. We really don't have a seat at the table. You're really not supporting me like I'm supporting you. The reciprocal value of the relationship is low. Okay, it's very, very low. And so because of that, you gotta go. Exactly. You well again, if you do the research of any movement that has started here in America, it was black women as a grassroots operator that actually started and pushed the movement. But because you don't give women credit, especially black women credit for anything, you had to have the faces of Malcolm X. You had to have the faces of Martin Luther King. You had to have the faces of Marcus Garvey up there to give credibility. But no longer are we seeking that because I don't feel like we're trying to even be included. We don't even want to be included. We're like we don't even want to be included. Just leave us out. Just leave us out. So yeah, it's interesting. It definitely is interesting. We're gonna see more of a divide in 2025. It's gonna hit a breaking point come 2026. You're gonna see more rise of violence against women. Because, like I said, not only are black women taking those stands, but women in general are taking those stands. And look, we ain't even fighting for women. We're specifically fighting for black women. We're not even fighting for women. We're done with that. We're done with that whole feminist movement. That was never for us, and they let us know that. It was for them, and they just needed our support, and we're not even supporting that. So if it has nothing to do with my sisters, I don't know. And my children and my people in my family, I there's nothing I can do. I can't do anything. I'm not hashtagging. I'm not doing anything. So we'll see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I made it to my 30 minutes. If y'all need me, like I said, today is the last day to get the 25% off. It is the last time, the last time. So if you have not gotten what you need, get what you need. Get what you need. Utilize it to your benefit. If you have any questions, and we did have another. I did have to fix it. So this is the new. I sent out a there was something going on. That's what it is. Um, that's a new code. So if you need the new code, there it is. Utilize it to your benefit. If you need me for anything, just let me know. Until then, have a good night. Make good choices, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow when we get started. When we get started, we're gonna be closing out the year, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right, guys, make good choices.